do tell us about UBC, University of British Columbia. You are muted. Yes.
I'll go very quickly. So UBC is a public research university in Canada, and we have more than 260 different undergraduate majors for you to choose from. We are consistently ranked as one of the top 40 research universities in the world and top 2 in Canada. But what we are most proud of is the fact that how international we are. So UBC has been consistently voted as one of the most international North American universities. So when you first arrive on campus, you will be welcomed by a truly international community of expert faculties and students who are very passionate about learning just like you are. So the diversity of culture and experience is UBC's strength. We have 2 very beautiful campuses, UBC's Vancouver campus in the city of Vancouver and UBC's Okanagan campus in the beautiful city of Kelowna. Speaking of Vancouver campus, it is, as I mentioned, in the beautiful cosmopolitan city of Vancouver. As you saw the campus, we are surrounded by the Pacific on all 3 sides, and the other peninsula that you see is downtown Vancouver. Now, Vancouver is one of the most livable cities in the world. It is very, very cosmopolitan and diverse. That's the strength of this city. And about 4 hours drive from Vancouver in the beautiful Okanagan Valley is UBC's Okanagan campus. So if you are interested in a more close-knit campus community, a mid-sized campus with about 10,000 international students, then UBC's Okanagan campus is a great fit for you. And both the campuses mirror each other in terms of the opportunities, in terms of diversity, and also student experiences in both the campuses. But whichever campus you choose to graduate from, you will have the same UBC experience and you will get the same UBC degree. But we believe that a university is more than just its location. And it's also about the opportunities that you will have as students across both our campuses. And therefore, we encourage you to expand your horizon and see what path you want to walk at UBC. There are lots of different ways of doing it. And one of the ways, of course, is the co-op that we spoke very briefly about during our interaction. And as we speak, there are more than 6,700 co-op projects that our students are involved in. And these are some of the companies where they are currently working. But as I also mentioned, that one of the only reasons that you should definitely shortlist an institution is because we offer a program of your choice. And at UBC, we have a lot of undergraduate majors. You could do a major and a minor. You could do an interdisciplinary degree across all our faculties. And that is something that we encourage you to visit our website, which is you.ubc.ca, and check out our programs, check out the entry requirements, and see if we are the right fit for you and if we are offering the program of your choice. This year, we have shifted onto the new platform, which is the EPBC platform. This is what the interface will look like for those of you who are keen on applying to UBC or keen on applying to any university in the province of British Columbia. So once you've created your EPBC account, you will be able to choose UBC or any other university from the province and begin that individual university's application. Some important deadlines to keep in mind for UBC. It's the 15th of every month, beginning January. 15 Jan is our application submission deadline. 15th Feb is the English proficiency deadline. We definitely need you to meet our English language requirement, either through your high school scores or through IELTS or TOEFL. And 15th March is the academic document deadline. Ignore the SATs here. These are for our US high school students, but we definitely need your mid-year and progressive grades by the March 15th deadline. It's only once your application is complete will we pick it up for assessment. So what are we looking at? UBC's admission is both competitive and comparative, and it's a holistic application process. So you will be evaluated on a combination of your academic performance and your personal profile averages. So your personal profile is definitely your chance to tell the university what is important to you, what you're most proud of, what kind of challenges you may have experienced, and what were the learning outcomes of those challenges. Finally, UBC also looks at the breadth, the depth, and the rigor of your high school program. Just to illustrate, if you're looking at an engineering program, having a fine arts in year 12 may not be relevant to an engineering degree. We definitely have prereq for each faculty. For business school, we need the math. So therefore, check the prereq for the faculty that you're interested in or you think your program is available before you begin UBC's application. We have a very, very comprehensive scholarship program. We give away 35 million Canadian dollars of scholarships to our first year incoming international students. And we offer both merit. We have hundreds of these merit awards. The highest is 80,000 Canadian dollars that you can win over 4 years. And then we have something which is a merit cum need award, which is by application and by nomination. The deadline for this award is December 1st. So if you wish to be considered for this award, you have to apply. Your school will have to nominate you by December 1st deadline. So do look us up. Do look at what are the requirements. And if you are interested in applying to this award, you must begin your application now. And I'll be very happy to answer any questions. You have my contact details here. So if you want to learn anything more about entry requirements, tuition, housing, please visit our website, which will have more details. And I look forward to answering any questions that you may have about UBC.
Superb. Thank you so much, Tanushree, for sharing that information. It was great learning about UBC. A couple of questions which has come in about the application process itself. Does the EPBC require marks from grade 9th to grade 12th? Or is it just a specific, like maybe grade 10, 11? What is it like?
Yeah, we will need your grades from grade 9th onwards. So from high school to the senior years of school. But the decision is going to be based on your recent year performances. But we just not want to see too many spikes in your previous year. But we do know that 11th is often a dip and then you pick up in year 12, which is okay for us, as long as you're showing progression. So don't worry too much about it, but do get the grades on board now in your year 12. Yeah.
Superb. We are almost coming towards the end of the session. So before closing, Tanushree, any final piece of advice that you would like to give to these students who are considering Canada as their destination? And I would also request you to, I'll put your email ID in the chat box so that students can connect with you for more questions.
Yeah, thank you, Devesh. So students, I would encourage students to do their research and not hesitate to reach out to any one of us. That's really our job. We want to help you make the right decision or help you as you navigate this landscape. We know it can be quite confusing with so many universities around the world, but there are a lot of excellent resources and colleagues representing Canadian institution in India. So feel free to reach out, to any one of us, and we are very happy to connect you to each other so that we are able to assist you. And Canada is a great study destination, and of many reasons that Megha mentioned. It is very diverse, and the Canadian government believes that international students add a lot of value to the social fabric of Canada. And this is a welcoming change compared to some of the other countries. So it's a very, very welcoming country. It allows you to stay back in the country for 3 more years. So therefore, take that opportunity. And it is a research intensive country. Some of the cutting edge research that you will hear in the world is taking place at Canadian institutions. So yes, I encourage you to explore Canada, not as a second best to any other destination, but stand alone as a destination in itself. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tanushree, for sharing all of that wonderful information and for that final piece of advice. It was a pleasure having you here and learn about Canada and so many exciting things about Canada. I'm sure these students would have benefited a lot. And I've just put your email ID in the chat box, so you can expect some of them to
Sure.
reach out to you with additional questions. All the students, sorry, we could not take all your questions. We tried to take as many as possible. And both the email IDs of both the speakers is there in the chat box. So feel free to reach out to them with your queries, and I'm sure they'll be happy to help you. With that, we are now at the end of the session. So thank you once again, Tanushree and Megha, for joining, and thank you all the students for joining us for this session.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you, and take care, everyone. Bye.